I'm getting a little bit nervous because I haven't deadlifted this heavy in a long time. So now we're at 620 kgs on each side. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your friendly neighborhood chiropractor living the bodybuilding lifestyle. And today we're going to deadlift. This week is a week I'm not really going to be training super hard. It's kind of a deload week. So I want to take advantage of that, just do something fun and just see where I'm at in terms of my current strength with my deadlift, because I like deadlifting, or at least I used to. I used to compete in powerlifting, where you have the three major lifts, which is deadlift, squat, and bench. And I know for sure I don't like benching. It destroys my shoulders. Squatting typically is not the most comfortable for my anatomy. My hips typically bother me a lot when I squat really, really heavy. And deadlifting is kind of the main benchmark that I've been using as I get older and seeing how well I've been able to maintain my strength. Now with powerlifting, the main motive or the main goal is to be as strong as you possibly can and using all the muscles in your body to move that weight. So it's more efficient in terms of the goal for powerlifting. But with bodybuilding, your goal is to be as inefficient as possible. You want to use the least amount of muscle to move that weight. So in a way, I'm stronger with building the muscle, but it's not always equating to being stronger, because you do need to have a specific program that emphasizes strength more than building muscle. In the old days with powerlifting, it was really just focus on getting stronger. And if you build some muscle along the way, then great. But now you have powerlifters that are looking like bodybuilders and seeing the value of building muscle and getting stronger. So I think the sport of powerlifting now is amazing and beautiful, but my main goal now is into bodybuilding and building muscle and focusing on that more so than strength. So I do get stronger on some movements now with bodybuilding, but I wouldn't say I'm focusing on getting stronger. I'm focusing on building muscle. So there is a bit of a difference. So when we get in the gym, my main focus before I start is two things. One, to activate my core and build that stability around my front and back, so I'm maintaining good positioning during the deadlift. And the other one is activating my nervous system, getting the sympathetic system to go up, up, up. So the sympathetic system is your sort of stress side. So when you are scared of a lion or you see something very scary, your blood pressure rises, your heart rate rises, you get sweaty, your muscles tense up, because it's trying to prepare you for something that is dangerous, right? And when you're doing a heavy lift or something like that, your body is preparing for something that is going to be difficult. So you do want your sympathetic system to be up, 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 and your parasympathetic to go down, because your parasympathetic is what allows you to rest, digest, and relax. But you don't want to relax when you're doing a heavy, heavy deadlift, squat, bench, whatever exercise you want to do. So we're going to ramp up that sympathetic nervous system, get our body ready to do those big lifts. And again, we're going to build and activate the core and get it ready for those deadlifts. Right now, I have the eggs cooling off. I'm going to peel those and I'm going to start getting ready for the gym. All right, so here's the outfit for today. We have shorts from Bershka. This is from a bodybuilding, hardcore bodybuilding apparel company called Gasp, where you can see the nice little open look for the back. And I'm just wearing Converses, so I want something flat, and I don't want a really thick sole shoe, because I want to be as close to the ground as possible when I'm deadlifting to reduce the amount of space between the bottom of the lift and the top where I need to lock out. And yeah, socks, I don't remember, I think maybe they're H&M or something, but I'm getting a little bit nervous because I haven't deadlifted this heavy in a long time and my back is not feeling super good. I know for sure I'll be able to do 20 kgs on each side, 220 kgs on each side, 320 kgs on each side, 420 kgs on each side. That's gonna be easy for sure. And I'm sure I can do 20 kgs on each side. The question is, what's gonna happen after that? That's the real question. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where I'm at, but at the same time, I'm nervous because I don't want to be disappointed, you know? But anyways, we'll see how things go. So the way I'm going to be activating the nervous system, at least the sympathetic nervous system, is by doing pull-ups in a very relaxed state. And I know it seems a bit counterintuitive, but you'll see the meaning behind it when I actually do them. But essentially, I'm going to be relaxed at the bottom portion of a pull-up, feeling very free, very relaxed. And then I'm going to dynamically or explosively do a full pull-up all the way at the top. And I learned that from a video I saw from Stuart McGill and something Carroll, I forgot. He's a world-class powerlifter, and he got help from this low back specialist called Stuart McGill. And this was one of the exercises he recommended to him to prepare for these big explosive movements. So you guys will see me do that, and maybe it'll give you an idea if you're wanting to be ready for a big lift or something like that. Here's my thought process on the exercises that I'm going to be doing before I get into the main exercise, the deadlift. The first one I'm going to be doing is probably one you've seen before, called the bird dog. It looks simple, but this is probably one of the hardest exercises, in my opinion, if you're doing it correctly. I tell my clients all the time, if I prescribe them this exercise, I tell them, if you're not having a difficult time, if you think this is easy when you do it, then you're doing it wrong. Because if I'm having a hard time, and I've done it for years, and I'm typically almost always more muscular than my clients, and I'm quite fit, and I still sort of sweat when I do this exercise, then that's not a good sign that they are having an easy time compared to me. So typically with the end portion of this exercise, you want to hold for 10 seconds, but this is me just getting used to the exercise because it's been a little while since I've done it, but you'll see very soon now I'm going to start an actual rep where I'm holding it for 10 seconds, because this is not about quantity, this one is about quality. So I'm just doing 3 sets on each side, and I'm holding each side for 10 seconds, and that's it. And the goal is to have proximal stability for distal mobility, meaning my core should not be moving throughout the whole exercise, to allow the distal mobility, my extremities, my arm and my opposite leg, to move in a controlled fashion. So what I'm trying to do is have circumferential pressure. I'm sure I'm destroying that word, but I want pressure to be pushed on all sides of my core. So I'm having to push against my stomach, like I'm going to get punched in the stomach, also allowing pressure on the sides, like my obliques, and also to a degree, I'm trying to push air against my back as well. So my back actually will slightly inflate as well. So I'm trying to have a huge airbag around my whole core. So my low back, the obliques or the sides, and in the front in the abdominal area as well. This one is not easy if you're doing it correctly. As you can see here, I'm taking my time restoring my energy before I do another set. So again, it's 3 sets where I'm holding each side for 10 seconds. So, 3 reps where I'm holding each side for 10 seconds. And normally I'll have a little bit extension at the end, which I'm every rep trying to fix. You can see where I slightly extend sometimes at the low back area, but normally as I continue doing this exercise, it gets better and better. So the idea with the leg is not to bring your leg back, is to allow the leg to go straight and still be in alignment with your low back. So you don't want to kick your leg up. You want to think of extending your leg more or less back, and if you need to, elevate it. But the idea is to have activity in the glutes and not to extend your low back when you do the exercise. Now here you have a different exercise. We have the side plank, and the goal here is, again, maintaining circumferential pressure on the core and trying to keep a really tight abdominal, low back, and oblique pressure throughout the whole rep. And again, I'm holding the position for 10 seconds again. And I'm doing 3 reps on each side. This one, I'm not gonna lie, it's also very difficult for me. On one side, I have some pain, but it does get better as I continue. You can see I'm putting my hand on my stomach to make sure I'm doing the right amount of pressure. And I'm not breathing through my chest. I don't wanna do that. I wanna breathe through my stomach. And I'm holding that pressure the whole time. Like, if I get punched at any moment during this rep, it's not going to be very painful because I'm maintaining that pressure. And by the way, my shoulders are looking good. Looks like I kind of work out, right? So here's a side plank that I also learned from Stuart McGill. So all these exercises are shown by Stuart McGill. You can look him up on YouTube, and he can also explain the reasoning behind all these exercises. But the idea is to have 3 exercises. This is the 3rd one I'm going to be doing now, that have the least amount of pressure on your spine, but also gives you the biggest benefit. What I mean by the least amount of pressure is, if anyone has low back pain, they should be able to do any of these 3 exercises. This 3rd one is a slight elevation of the neck by still maintaining that core pressure the whole time. As you can see, I'm barely lifting my head. A lot of people do this wrong and they raise their neck way too much. You want to do a very, very slight elevation and making sure your neck is more or less neutral, and almost pretending like you're trying to do a chin tuck, trying to keep your neck as straight as you can and not having your neck flexed or extended the whole time. Again, holding for 10 seconds, and that's it. Now, we have the core nice and ready to work, and now I need to really increase my heart rate, increase the blood flow, get my muscles nice and tense, and get my nervous system ready for a very strong and explosive movement like the deadlift. And as you can see here, I'm very relaxed at the bottom part. I'm not trying to use my muscles at all, just using my grip just to hold on to myself, but everything is very, very relaxed. And before I know it, I'm really trying to pull up super, super explosively, all the way up, and then I relax all again. And the idea behind this is to increase, like I said, the sympathetic nervous system and allow my body to ramp up that excitation. Now, after doing all of those exercises and those movements, I finally earned the right to deadlift. Alright guys, so far the weight is moving okay. 320 kgs felt heavier than I expected, to be honest. I know it moved really fast, but I kind of remember how it feels before. And I definitely moved it faster and it felt easier than that, but it's okay. Now we're on 420 kgs, we'll see how that goes. The goal is really building confidence for the heavier weight. So I need to make every one of these warm-ups feel lighter and lighter and lighter. Not bad. Definitely getting nervous because I've not done this weight in a long time, but we'll see how this goes. The last warm-up felt pretty heavy, but we'll see. So now we're at 620 kgs on each side, which is probably going to be my max for today. So we'll see how this goes. Well guys, that's all she wrote. More or less I'm happy. I mean, I didn't know what to expect because it's been so long since I've deadlifted that heavy. Maybe I could have done the 620 kgs, but I was at that point where I was slowing down so fast, so I could have potentially injured my low back, so I kind of dropped it. But overall I'm happy. I mean, I probably could have had that 620 kgs if I really forced it, but I don't see it being worth it. You know, it's just for the YouTube. No, I'm kidding. But I should do it for the YouTube, right? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm happy about my performance and how everything felt. I'm glad that 520 kgs moved really well. 420 kgs actually moved better for me than 320 kgs, which told me that my positioning was just getting better and better. So overall, I'm happy, but I mean, I'm competitive, so I hate to say this, but hey, you win some and you lose some. But now to get home and eat and get ready for work. But yeah, that's the video for today, guys. Just going over a deadlift session, how you guys can warm up and prepare your body for the movements. And like we always say, I hope I see you guys at the squat rack and in the kitchen. Peace.